Welcome back to Goldfries. I'm sure some of you have been waiting for my review of this ASRock Radeon RX 6600 XT Challenger ITX model, and it is here. Since I already placed it in my rig here, so I'm not going to dismantle it, but let's have a look at the card itself right now. First, you'll notice is that there's a huge fan on the shroud, and then over at the top here, one 8-pin PCIe power connector, and you can see heat pipes, and of course there's this nice looking backplate. And one thing interesting to note is that unlike many other cards, this one has 2 HDMI and 2 display ports. Most cards just have one. So that's it for the appearance of the card. For the performance, you can check out the link above because 6600 XT is a 6600 XT. However, I spent quite some time testing this card. You see, I ordered it last Friday and I got it on a Monday. I picked it up on the Tuesday. Actually, it arrived on a Monday. I picked it up on Tuesday. After that, I spent a few days because I was still busy with some work. So I just spent time with it, playing, gaming on it, and it works fine. Then after that, I tested something very interesting, which is the fan performance and the thermals. Don't get me wrong, it's really good. It got me surprised. Now look at this chart. Now this is something that, well, at a glance you might not understand, so let me elaborate to you. So this is going to get a bit lengthy, but bear with me so you know what to get or more like you will know what to do to get the best performance out of this card. Now let's look at the chart again. Sorry to bring this back. I have to bring this back time to time so you don't have to rewind, right? So I've tested various this fan RPM because I'm the guy who likes silence on my PC. So that's why this card is here. So the power supply runs cooler, as in less RPM on the fan, on the power supply, because, you know, the load. So with this card, strange. At first I tested the 40 and 50% RPM because at 50% is the highest I can go before I start to hear it. Like I said, I like silence. So my judging is the card on my rig, which is about 1 meters away, and going on the MSI afterburner dial, so I can hear it. At 60%, I can hear it. So at 50%, it's just nice. What's interesting is that when you set the fan to auto, the fan RPM is actually lesser than when you manually set to 40%. It's running silent. Although when you set it to auto and you look at the, let's say, MSI afterburner, it shows the RPM is at 55% range. However, when I manually tested, the percentage and RPM strays. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to tell you is that at 40% and 50% RPM, the actual RPM itself is higher than when it is at auto. So that's why, again, you look at this chart, when I set it to auto, the frame rate is slightly lower, just very slight, 0 point something. It's actually negligible, but it shows that the boost, or the megahertz boost, is somewhat affected. And yes, as you can see also, the temperature is the highest, simply because the fan RPM, not by percentage, but by actual RPM itself, is below 2000. When I set to 40%, the fan RPM is about 2000, and when I set to 50% RPM, the fan RPM goes to about 2200. So that explains how this card's behavior is. So I feel that this is probably the only shortcoming on this card. It's nearly perfect. That's the only shortcoming, which is I like it in terms of acoustics because it's very silent. But I feel that ASRock could actually get it a little bit more aggressive so the temperature is better. Right now it runs to the mid-80s range, which although it's fine, like what I said, it does hit the performance a bit. And for people who do not know how or have some preference, or I must want my card to be really cool, that's going to affect their interpretation. They're going to think that this card is bad and all that, but it's not. It's just that, well, the fan RPM, the behavior, I think the keyword to use is the fan curve, could have been better. Like when I tested it, it just does not boost. It does not even show 2000 RPM on the MSI afterburner on-screen display. So yeah, in order to get the best performance out of this card, I recommend manually setting the fan RPM if you can, just to get a little bit better performance and overall better cooling. However, if you want to do voltage tuning and all that, that's even better, but that's for the more advanced users. So pretty much that's about it. Speaking of that, I did not mention the price yet, right? This card retails at RM 2,740, which is about 600-ish US. I know the card or the price seems high considering the announced price is a lot lower, but over Malaysia, this is actually great value for money. At least over here in Malaysia. This card is like what, 85% the price of an RTX 3060 and performs better. This rig, overall value, I've changed the 3060 to this one, so the value is lesser, but tongue-tied performance is more and power draw is less, and it runs cooler and more silent. So overall, I think ASRock did a great job with this ITX graphics card. Like what I said, it's near perfect. It's just that you should consider tuning a bit if you want to get slightly better performance and much better cooling. Now with that, I have additional videos coming, and I have more content coming related to this card and this setup, so you guys know what to do. That's all from me for this one. Thank you for watching. I hope you found the video useful and informative. If you like more of this kind of content, do check out the videos at the side and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.